Hey guys, it's Wes, and as always, welcome to Lyric English, where you get to learn English with all your favorite English songs. Today we're going to go ahead and do the song Cardigan by Taylor Swift. It's a great track. I know you're going to love it. Let's go. Vintage tee, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word vintage. What does vintage mean? Well, if something is vintage, it is something that is old, okay, but something that is made very well, okay? So it's something from the past that is very high quality, something that's old but made very well, okay? And what is a T? Well, a T is basically it's a contraction, a shortening of the word t-shirt. It's short for t-shirt, okay? Yeah. And high heels, what are high heels? High heels are those shoes with the really long parts at the back of the shoe, right? Okay, those are high heels. And cobblestones are those round flat stones that people use to make roads, like really old roads. If you go to Italy, you can see some of the roads are made out of with cobblestones. Those are like those big round flat stones. They put one in front of the other, all next to each other to make a road or a street surface. Okay, those are cobblestones. And obviously, yeah, you know, if you're wearing, she says she's got high heels and she's walking on a cobblestone floor. That's really difficult, right? Because there's all those gaps between those stones. Her foot can get caught, you know. When you're young, they assume you know nothing. Sequin smile, black lipstick, sensual politics. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word sequin. What is a sequin? So a sequin is those little round circles, the circles that you see on clothing and on handbags and stuff like that. They're those round shiny discs, round shiny circles that people put on clothing, so that when you move it makes all the shimmering shiny kind of light come off of you. Okay, see it on girls' clothing all the time. But what's she talking about over here? A sequin smile. So how can you have a shiny disc of a smile? It doesn't really work, right? But it just means that she's got a very big, a shining smile, right? She's got a really beautiful shining smile. Okay, and sensual. What does sensual mean? So sensual it's got to do with the gratification of your physical and particularly your sexual desires and wants, okay, and pleasures. So what does that mean? It's basically all of the things that you really like to see in a boy or a girl that you like, you know what I mean? So you know, if the things that make you really attracted to them, really like them, okay, physically really like them, those are the sensual parts of them, okay. And politics, what is politics? Well, politics is like all the things that people do in order to get a better status, okay? So all the things that people do to get more power in relationship, well, in situations, in relationships, in social sort of networks, okay, and structures. So really it's everything that people do to get more power. Okay, that's politics. And obviously sensual politics, what's she talking about? Well, she's talking about the fact that she's got a very bright, nice, beautiful smile on. She's wearing, you know, lipstick, and she's doing everything for her sensual politics. She's doing everything to make herself look really attractive to the guys that she's going after. She's doing everything to make herself look really appealing to them, right? She's improving her status, her power over over guys or something like that by looking as good as she possibly can. Okay, yeah. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word assume. What does assume mean? Well, if you assume something, it means that you believe something is right, something is correct, or something is a fact without any proof. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. If you believe something is the truth, something is right, without any proof that it is right or that it's the truth. Okay, yeah. But I knew you dancing in your Levi's, drunk under the street lights. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word drunk. What does it mean to be drunk? So if you drink a lot of alcohol, you get drunk. So it's what happens to you if you drink too much alcohol. You get drunk. Okay, you start to get dizzy, you start to act strange, you start to act silly and be a little bit unusual. That's what it means to get drunk. Okay, to be drunk. I knew you, hand under my sweatshirt, baby kiss it better, right? Okay guys, so let's have a look at sweatshirt. What is a sweatshirt? So a sweatshirt is those nice long sleeve comfortable shirts, t-shirts that people wear, you know? So it's those shirts that people wear when you go to the gym, or if you're just at home for the day. It's something that's really comfortable and nice to wear, but you don't wear it if you got to go out somewhere smart, you know? It's just a comfortable, nice long sleeve t-shirt. Okay. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word cardigan. What is a cardigan? So a cardigan is, it's like a jersey, guys. It's a jersey with buttons going down it, okay? So one of those warm long sleeve things, but it just has buttons going down it, okay? Yeah. A friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. Okay guys, so let's have a look over here. What does chase mean? Okay, so if you chase something, it means that you are trying to catch something. So if you try to catch something, you are chasing something. You're going after something. That's what it means to chase something. And what does she mean over here? Lose the one. Okay, what does she mean by the one? So when we talk about the one, when it comes to relationships, romantic relationships between boys and girls and stuff like that, the one is kind of the boyfriend or girlfriend that you should be spending your whole life with, that you should be with for the rest of your life, that you should marry. Okay. And so over here where she says if you chase the one, if you chase two girls, you lose the one, she means that, you know, if a guy is going to go after two girls at the same time, he might lose the one that he should really marry and live and spend the rest of his life with. Okay, yeah. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you, playing hide and seek and giving me your weekends. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word hide. Okay, so what does hide mean? So if you hide something, it means you take something and you stop anybody from being able to look at it. You stop anybody from being able to see it. Okay, keep it out of sight. And seek, what does seek mean? What's the opposite of hide? It means that you're looking for something. You're trying to find something. Okay, that's what it means to seek something. So hide and seek. What is hide and seek? It's a game, guys. Okay, so you know that game that people play. One person, you know, they cover their eyes, and then the other person runs away and tries to hide somewhere. That's hide and seek. You know, eventually. Okay, yeah. I knew you, your heart beat like on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes and when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite. Not hitting these notes, guys. To kiss in cars and downtown bars was all we needed. Okay guys, let's have a look at the word downtown. What does downtown mean? So downtown is the busy part of a town. It's the center of a city, right? Where all the businesses and where all the where everybody goes to party and stuff like that. That's downtown, the center of the city, the busy part of the city. Okay. You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. Okay, guys, so let's have a look at the word scars. What are scars? Well, scars are if you cut yourself, if you have a deep cut, and it heals after a while, but it doesn't heal fully, right? It kind of doesn't heal altogether. I have a bit of a scar here, but I don't think you'll be able to see that. But it's a scar. It's something, if you cut yourself and it heals, but it doesn't heal very well. There's still a mark there. It's still a bit of a bump. That's a scar. Something that doesn't really ever heal properly. Okay. And bleeding. What does bleeding mean? Well, if you cut yourself and blood is coming out of you, that's what it means to be bleeding. Blood is coming out of you. Okay, right. Cause I knew you stepping on the last train marked me like a bloodstain. Okay, guys, so let's have a look at the word stepping. What does stepping mean? Stepping means that if you step, it means you take one foot and you pick it up, you move it in front of the other, and you move forward. That's what it means to step. And obviously stepping means that you're doing that over and over again, right? You're taking one foot, putting it in front of the other, over and over again. Basically, it means you're walking, okay? And what is a blood stain? Well, a blood stain, what is a stain? Okay, so a stain is like a mark that you can't wash away. You can't get rid of the mark, of that mark. That's a stain. And obviously a blood stain is a mark that is left if some blood gets onto something and you can't wash away the mark, okay? Yeah. I knew you try to change the ending, Peter losing Wendy. Okay guys, let's have a look at that over there, even though it's not really related to English, but it's just interesting and I'll explain it anyway. But Peter losing Wendy, what is she talking about over there? Okay, so I'm sure some of you, or most of you, might know about the story Peter Pan. So obviously Peter here is Peter Pan, and Wendy was one of the characters in Peter Pan. She was Wendy Darling, the girl who really liked Peter Pan, right? Okay, and if you watch the whole story, what ends up happening is that Wendy goes back to the real world, and Peter Pan stays in Neverland, and he never grows up, and Wendy grows up and gets married. And they really liked each other when they were young, but they don't ever really get together, right? So over here, she says she knows this guy when he was young. He tried to change that ending. He didn't like that ending about Peter Pan and Wendy not getting together. So obviously this guy that she's singing about in the song, Taylor Swift is singing about, is like a really sweet kind of person, because he doesn't like that ending to that story. He doesn't like the fact that Peter Pan and Wendy don't get together because they really liked each other when they were younger. Okay, that's what that whole lyric is about. I knew you leaving like a father, running like water. When you're young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you'd linger like a tattooed kiss. I knew you'd haunt all of my what ifs. Okay guys, so what does linger mean? Okay, so if you linger, okay, if something lingers, it means that something stays somewhere longer than it should, right? A lot, because it doesn't want to go away. Okay, so if you stay somewhere for longer than you should because you don't really want to go away, that's what it means to linger somewhere. Okay. And what's a tattoo? Well, a tattoo is like those pictures that people put on themselves, those marks they put on their skin. Like I have a tattoo over here, and yeah, that's a tattoo. And obviously a tattooed kiss, those are those, the lips that people tattoo on themselves for some reason. Everybody does that. And linger like a tattooed kiss. Yeah. And what ifs? What are what ifs? So a what if is something that could have been, okay? So, if you're talking about your what ifs, she obviously says over here, she's always going to be thinking about her what ifs about this guy, okay? So she's always going to think about what might have been, if they'd just stayed together in a relationship, right? If they'd really gotten together and maybe had a longer relationship together. And haunt, what does haunt mean? Well, haunt, usually we're talking about a ghost in some way, but it's if like a ghost goes back to a place over and over again, the same place over and over again, they're haunting that place. So obviously if you haunt a place, it means you go to the same place over and over and over again, right? And if a memory of somebody, if it keeps on coming to you over and over again, that memory is haunting you. So obviously here, I knew you'd haunt all of my what ifs. She's talking about the memory of this guy who she's singing about in the song would keep on coming back to her, and she would keep on thinking of, like, what if we stayed together in a relationship? How would it have worked out? Would it have been great or something like that? You know what I mean? Okay. The smell of smoke would hang around this long, 'cause I knew everything when I was young. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the word hang. What does hang mean? So if something is hanging, it means that it's being held up, okay? Held up on one side and sort of dangling on the other side. It's being held up from the top, okay? That's what it means to hang. I knew I'd curse you for the longest time, chasing shadows in the grocery line. Okay guys, what does curse mean? So a curse is like, it's some kind of spiritual or mystical, magical force that's there to harm somebody, to hurt somebody or something, right? That's what a curse is, some kind of spiritual, magical, mystical force that's there to harm something or someone. Okay. And what are shadows? So a shadow is basically if you put a light in front of you and you shine the light down on you and you look behind you, there's a shadow, right? It's the light, it's when we block the light from getting onto something behind us, that's a shadow. And what's a grocery? Grocery is basically a shop, okay guys? So like a shopping, like a grocery, like a store. That's what a grocery is, a shop or a store where you can buy food and stuff like that. Okay. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired, and you'd be standing in my front porch light. Okay guys, let's have a look at the word thrill. What does thrill mean? Well, a thrill is like a feeling of a lot of excitement and joy and pleasure all at once, like a very, very high energy feeling of excitement and joy and pleasure all at once. Okay. And expired, what does expired mean? Well, it means something has come to an end, something has ended. Okay. And what is a porch? A porch is in the front of a building or a house. There's like a little bit of a roof that goes out, and there's a little bit of a floor underneath that roof. That's the porch, okay? Just a little bit of an extension of the house, okay? That's a porch. And I knew you'd come back to me. You'd come back to me. And you'd come back to me. And you'd come back. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you learned something. As always, I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can download today's song and practice it to the sound of the actual artist's voice. I'll also try and put a card up on the screen so that you can just tap on the screen and download the song like that. That really helps out this channel, and it also supports the artists and everybody who's involved in actually creating these songs that we get to learn English with, right? So that's a great thing to do. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Peace out, guys.